All right, so yeah, guys, so welcome to this second portion of the code. Yeah, so last time in our previous class, we ensured that at least we have set up our view, whereby we had an edit text where someone could type in maybe their name. So we have an edit text for entering the name right here. If I can just try to zoom in a little bit, is it possible? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so yeah, like the edit text for enter name, which we gave it the ID MEDT name, the edit text for email MEDT email, the edit text for age, yeah, MEDT age. Yeah, so if you don't have these, make sure you follow up with our previous class. You know where to find the class. And then we have the button for saving, then the button for viewing the record. So in this class, I just want us to handle this first button for saving. Yeah, trying to save, to save. So right away, ladies and gentlemen, let's just go to the main activity and try to implement an on-click listener on the button save. So our button save has got an ID, MBTN save. So right away, let's just say MBTN save. MBTN save. Yeah, MBTN save. Where is it? Yeah, MBTN save. MBTN save is right there. Set on click listener. Yeah, we are setting an on click. Hello? Is this how this machine? Yeah, set on click listener. Then right away, when we set an on-click listener, what do we do right away? We start by receiving the data from the user. We start by receiving the data from the user. So we can even say receive data from the user. Yeah, receive data from the user. Then right away, we can say now maybe name, maybe, or yeah, because we are asking the person to give us the name. So we can say maybe var, maybe name equals to MEDT name. Yeah, it is MEDT name dot text dot to string. Yeah, we are going to use the to string method as usual. Yeah, so to string, where are you? It is right here. Yeah, to string. Then we can have the two also, name, then email. I've just duplicated that, guys. I know you guys can do it from scratch. Then email. Then what is the third one? Is the age. Then definitely we have to change this one to MEDT, MEDT email. Then this one has to be MEDT age. Yeah. Then remember, by the time we are going to save the data into the database, guys, we also need the time. Yeah, into the database, we are going to create records or rows. Into the database, we are going to create rows, and those rows need to be unique. Like the way we have done our MySQL database before, it has got a column for IDs, which has always auto-incremented. So whenever we are saving into a Firebase database, those rows, the ID column, we are simply going to be naming it with time, so that by the time every record comes in, every record will be coming in at a totally different time, so that we take that time and we make it the raw number. Yeah. So right away, let's just get time. So time, we can say var time equals to, yeah, var time equals to system dot current time in minutes. So system, this is how to get the time. This is how to get the time of the current time that you are saving the record. So system dot current time in minutes. Yeah, current time in minutes, like that. Yeah, current time in minutes. So right away, let's just try to check if the name and the email sorry guys, and the edge is empty. So right away, let's try to check. So if sorry, it's not is finishing. If uh, if name dot is empty, yeah, if name dot is empty, or email dot is empty, or edge dot is empty. Yeah, if it is empty like that, what do we do? Meanwhile, let's just toast a message and say, please fill all the records, all the inputs. Yeah, we can just toast a message. So toast dot make text. Yeah, toast dot make text. Yeah, make text, toast dot make text. And which text are we going to make right here? We are going to say, is it make text? So the context is this. Then the text is please fill all the inputs. Then after this, we need to have a toast dot length long. Yeah, I can use length long. Then let's just have a dot show right outside there. Dot show. Yeah, dot show. Yeah, that's quite okay. Yeah, toast dot length long, then dot show. Yeah, we have toasted a message to say, please fill in all the records. So else else uh, proceed to save data. Proceed to save data. Yeah, proceed to save data. So how are we going to save the data? Right away, ladies and gentlemen, for us to save the data, we need to also to have a simple kind of a code to go into our database and create columns for us. Yeah, you see, I'm very sure we are simply going to write one line of a code right here to create the database, but it's another thing to go and write another line of a code to create the table and the columns. Yeah, so the database is already there, so it's upon us to go and create a table. And in Firebase, tables are called children, a child. So we are not. You're going to see us create something called a child. Yeah, we are going to create a child. We're going to create a child. So if we are going to create a child, so right away we are simply going to we are simply going to say that child is our table. Then the columns into the database. So we need to have, we need to create another Java class, another Kotlin class that is going to define those columns into the database. Yeah, and those columns are going to be defined by something called a constructor. So let's just create another new class inside our project. So let's just create a new class. Probably we can call this class as maybe class user. Yeah, maybe the class user. So let me just right click on my let me right click on my project like this. Sorry. And then say new Kotlin file. Then this time around I'm going to select class. Yeah. This time around I'm going to select class. Then let me just create a class called user. Yeah, a class called user. Then yeah, right away here is my class called user. So that inside the class called user, so each user will have which properties. So I'll have var, maybe name, which is going to be maybe a string, which right now is that has nothing. Maybe say var var what? Sorry, someone has just interrupted. Yeah, that's quite okay. Yeah, so var email. These are columns into the database, which is going to hold the data type string. Yeah, then yeah, it's equivalent to nothing meanwhile. Then var edge, which is also going to be a string. Our Firebase database is basically going to work with strings. Yeah, there are other ways you can work with your Firebase database, but strings are the easiest and the most straightforward that you can work with, rather than getting your data and then starting to do a lot of conversions before you print them. Store just the data as a string like that. Then when you get it from the database, you simply display it. Yeah. So that now right away, we need a constructor. Yeah. We need a constructor for this. Yeah. So we can simply, instead of using an init the way we were doing in our previous classes, no, this time around, there's a function. There's even a better function called constructor, which you can simply call constructor. Then this constructor is also going to expect that someone is going to give it maybe name, which is going to be string, comma, then email, which is going to be string, then comma, then age is also just going to be string, capital S, sorry, string. Then right away inside here we can say now this dot name equals to our name. Yeah. Then this dot email equals to email. This dot age equals to age. Yeah. So I hope the constructor won't give you a lot of problems, because we discussed this in our previous class. In fact, we had another class that we where Israel was asking a lot of questions concerning constructors, and we talked about all these. So yeah, if you don't really get this, just go back and review your constructor class. Yeah. Your constructor classes, and you'll know exactly what you're talking about. You can Google. There are people with tutorials on YouTube. Yeah, about working with constructors in Kotlin. You can find out. You can try to find out. So, and the fact that we are going to work with Kotlin, with firebase, we just need an empty constructor. We can just do another constructor, which is going to have an opening and closing curly brackets, just like that, without any problem. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, just like that, guys. Yeah, we don't need to do any other thing. Without this one, your code will not work. Without this, your code will not, in fact, yeah, your code will crash. Yeah. So you also need just an empty constructor like this. Yeah. So now after we have done this, so I'm very sure in my database, I'm going to have a column for name, a column for email, and a column for age. Yeah. I'm going to have those three columns inside my database. So right away, let me just proceed now and try to save. Yeah, so right here, I need to save. I need to save my data. I need to save my data. So right away, I can start by saying now, create. I can say create a child in the database. It's like create a table now. How do we create a child? We can say maybe var, actually I call it a reference, a child, actual a firebase child. When I'm accessing it from this other side, I always call it a reference. Yeah. So var ref, or you can call it var my table. I can even just call it my table, or yeah, maybe var my child, and even just call it var my child equals to. So we need to use Firebase database. So Firebase database, because I'm very sure if you didn't connect to Firebase, if you didn't manage to connect to Firebase, you won't have this method, you won't have this class. Yeah. But the fact that we have Firebase database class, that means our app is connected to the database correctly. Yeah. So Firebase database dot get instance, then dot reference. This is what I was saying. We try to get a reference from the database. Then definitely child. Yeah, we need a child. So which child name are we going, or which table name? So the child name can as well be table name. So the child name is maybe we are trying to save maybe names. So just enter in. So this is going to be a child name. So enter that child name, or get inside, or get into that child name. Then have rows. So we need to name the rows. So what are the rows? The rows are going to be named by variable time, because we want the rows to have the time. Yeah, we want the rows to have the time like that. Yeah, we want the rows to have time. So just get inside the table called names. Then inside there, start naming the rows as time, so that now right away we can simply say now var data. So the data is what is coming from the user up here. Var data equals to, now our data is supposed to go into the database following which order? It is going to follow the order of our user class, and our user class expects us to have at least three. It's going to expect us to have at least three things. What are the three things that the user class is going to expect us? Can see yeah, so at least we are now trying to enter the data into our child, yeah, but in which order? So that means we need to receive the data from the user up here, but using a class user. Yeah, class user has got which order? Has got the name, the email, and the password. So right away I'll need here, so in the first position I'm expected to put there the name, which is my variable name right there. In fact, I can just copy and paste it there, comma. So what is the next thing? As you can see, it has already auto-suggested email, so I need the email. Let me copy that email there, put there, put a comma. What is the third thing? It's the age, so it is this age. Then paste it right there. Yeah, like that. That's quite okay. Then so right away, now to save the data, simply set the data to my child. So this is what I'm trying to say. So simply say my child dot set value. My child dot set value. Which value are we setting to the child? Data. Yeah. My child dot set value data. Yeah. My child dot set value data. So as far as I'm concerned right now, if I run this code, that data is going to be saved into the database successfully without any trouble. But you see right now, I'm simply trying to write an if statement. Yeah, an if statement to check if the data really got into the database or not. So to check, to use an if to check an if statement, so I can simply say my child dot set value. I can say my child dot set value data. Then say dot add on complete listener. Yeah, add on complete listener. So check if if saving was completed. So add on complete listener. Yeah, add on complete listener. Yeah. So when we add the on complete listener, right away we will need something called the we will need to pass. No, I have actually added on cancelled listener. Sorry guys, I'm supposed to add on complete. Add on complete, not on cancelled. Where is on complete? It is here on complete listener. On complete listener. Yeah. On complete listener. Then this on complete listener will require us to pass here some property which is going to be carrying our data, which we can even just simply call as task. Yeah. So so that we check if this task has got something for us. Yeah. We simply check if the task has got something for us. So we simply check and say if the task dot is successful. If task dot is successful, if this task dot is successful, what do we do? Let's just toast a message. Toast a message and say saving was successful. Toast dot make text and say saving was successful. Then say so the context is this, comma, then yeah, saving successful. Saving successful. Then yeah, definitely toast dot length long. Toast dot length long. Then dot show. It is length long, then dot show. Yeah, dot show. else what happens? Else what happens if it is not successful? Else we simply say we can toss and say saving failed. Saving failed. Else we can simply say saving failed. Yeah. Saving successful, saving failed. Saving successful, saving failed. We can easily say that we are saving it like that. Yeah, saving successful or saving failed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you see, by the time we'll be clicking the button save, by the time we will be clicking the button save, at least let's show the progress. So we can even have a progress dialogue to show that someone is trying to save something. So let's even just declare it right up here also. We can say now var dialogue. Yeah, this is something we have not done up here, but let's just do it very fast. It's 2 lines of code, so you don't have to tell. So var, we can maybe say progress, maybe P dialogue. You can even just say P dialogue. I'm a progress dialogue. The way you just want to call it. Maybe let's just call it maybe progress. Maybe let's even just call it progress. Yeah. Var progress equals to progress dialogue. Just say equals to progress dialogue. It's an object from a progress dialogue class. Progress dialogue. Let me just wait for the auto completion here. Yeah, progress dialogue. This one that has been cancelled out. That means there is a better way of doing this. But meanwhile, in this class, guys, let's just use this progress dialogue class. Yeah. Then of context, these. Yeah, the context is these. Yeah, progress dialogue like that. Yeah. Then we can set a title, progress dot set title. We are setting a title to this progress dot set title, saving. Then progress dot set message, progress dot set message, progress dot set message. Yeah, the one that has been cancelled out. Please wait. Please wait. Yeah, progress dot set message. Yeah, please wait. Then yeah, after we've declared it up here like this, so let's just use it. So whenever someone is going to be clicking on button save, immediately, just before we start setting the value, you see, when we say my child dot set value, this is where we are starting to save. We need to show the dialogue. So just right on top of it, before we start saving, just here, let's say now progress dot show. Yeah, let's just show that progress. Yeah. Then immediately we enter inside here. That means if we have added an on-complete listener, then we get inside there. That means the on-complete listener has already run successfully. So whichever message that we are going to display, be it saving successful or saving fail, let's just put outside even before we get into the if statement and say now progress.dismiss. We dismiss the progress, then we display the message. Progress.dismiss. Progress.dismiss. Yeah. So at least we have dismissed the progress, then we display the message. So when it is successful, when the saving is successful, we can as well clear the fields. We can as well just clear the input fields, yeah, so that someone can save a new thing. Yeah. So right away, we can simply say now our MEDT name dot set text to null or to nothing set text. Where is this function set text? To null. We set it to nothing. MEDT, MEDT name, email, and pass. MEDT, EDT email, MEDT email, the same thing. Then MEDT age, the same thing. MEDT age. Yeah, we actually set a null on it, then we just display the value. So ladies and gentlemen, clearly I'm very sure this code is going to run successfully. So let's just try to run it and see how it's going to appear. But even before I run it, let me log into my database. Then by the time I'll be saving, I'll try to see if it is being saved or not. So right away, let me just go here. Let me just go to files. Let me search for firebase, log into my firebase, go to my project before I run this project so that I see if when I save, is the data going to be saved in the database or not. So yeah, here is my firebase. Let me just try to click on this firebase. So yeah, right away go to console. Then let me log in with my development account, because this is the account I used to create my database. So let me just log in right away.
Wanyama.
A little bit. Yeah, so here is our project that we had done. So let me just click on it. Yeah, here we go. Then, no, I want to go to the database, part of my code. Want to go to the database, my project database. So, yeah, I'm loading the database, as you can see, guys. I'm actually loading the database. So, it's coming, it's taking me to this page. So let me also just go to, I know there's database already. Let me just click here, see what it's going to tell me. As you can see, guys, from this page, instead of creating the database in a locked mode, then I go to change the rules to true and true. I can as well just select this mode. Then you see, as you can see, read and write is already true and true. So I'm not getting the reason as to why it's asking me to create the database again, really. But yeah, let's just see how it's going to, yeah. Yeah, so here is my database. When I check my rules, I have already enabled them. So I'm very sure the rules are going to be true and true. Yeah. I'm very sure the rules are going to be true and true. Yeah, as you can see, true and true, because I've already begun in a test mode, but yeah, that's fine. So let me go to data. Then let me go and run my app and see if there's something that will appear here. Yeah. So let me just go here, run my app.